Hello, my name is Charles Byrd. I am a California delegate to the Libertarian Party National Convention, the 2024 convention in Washington, D.C., which will be occurring on Memorial Day weekend next month. And I need your help. I hate begging. I hate pandering. But there comes times in men's lives when they do need to swallow their pride and ask for help. I have a GoFundMe campaign that's going to help me with certain needs that I have to help me get to Washington D.C. and back, and that's where I think a lot of you out there can come in. See, last year I tried to save money for this trip. I started in the fall. But in the winter, the Modesto Irrigation District, which provides electricity to the city of Modesto and its environs, they put the screws really hard to the ratepayers. And I had to sink into my travel fund to pay those bills. And I wasn't the only one hurting from this. I had a lot of neighbors hurting from this. And it wasn't just my neighborhood. You even had people, upper middle class wine mom types in the swankier neighborhoods in Modesto, like La Loma and Dutch Hollow, complaining about this. WTF, what's going on? Why is my bill like this? Another economic factor that has made saving money for this trip difficult for me was my landlord raising my rent. Now, I have a good relationship with my landlord. I'm not mad at him over it. I understand. How costly it is, and there are a lot of pressures. I think one of the reasons why I prefer to be a renter than a homeowner is I have classmates who are homeowners, and some of them are landlords, and they tell me it's just one headache after another. Still, I had to budget accordingly as a result of that, and as a result of the electric company, shafting me. Another economic factor is that I and my coworkers, I'm a private security guard. We were expecting a raise in January, and here it is April, and this raise has not come. Our superiors say that they're still waiting on the client to fill out the proper paperwork. Still, if we had gotten that raise when we were expecting it, things could have evened out and things would be a lot less stressful for me right now. So, fast forward to February, the Libertarian Party of California had their convention down in Costa Mesa. I became a delegate. And right away, I started a GoFundMe page to raise funds for, airfare, lodging, food, ground transportation, and any unforeseeable contingencies that may occur before or during the trip. Now, when I got my first payout, I added that to a $400 offline donation that I received from an anonymous donor. And I was able to get my round trip ticket from San Jose Airport to Washington, D.C. And I do have a room, or at least that's in the works. We'll find out what's happening with that. Still, there are things I'm going to need help with. Food, for instance. Now, I'm not going to go to any of the fancy schmancy restaurants. I'm not even going to do McDonald's. I'm just going to get my stuff from, say, a convenience store or a neighborhood grocery and just live off that while I'm there at DC. I won't be purchasing any event tickets or convention packages. That's stuff that I would have preferred to have paid for out of my own wallet. Unfortunately, there's a deadline looming, and I cannot realistically save my own money in time for the end of that deadline. So that's not going to happen. Yeah, there are speakers I would have loved to have seen. Yeah, I would have loved to have rubbed elbows with the beautiful people and the bigwigs at the gala, but that's not going to happen this year. And I don't think the donors would want me spending that money on anything extravagant. If it was me helping somebody out like this, I would very strongly prefer the recipient be a frugal and responsible steward of the money that is given to him. And because of that, I won't be purchasing any alcohol, tobacco, or illicit substances with this money. Yeah, it should go without saying, but it still needs saying. If I were to purchase, say, a beer while I'm there, it will be with money from my own paycheck that I earn from my job. Now, the other thing I'm going to need a lot of help with are, contingencies. Things that could happen before or during the trip that could sideline me. And I want to be able to handle that. Something could happen to my house. Electricity, plumbing, you name it. Something could happen to my cat and I may end up having to take him to the vet. Something could happen to me. And I want to be prepared and ready for whatever happens if that happens. And there are things that could happen during the trip. Missing luggage, missed connections, and what if I end up having to take a cab, an Uber, or a bus or a train to another airport in another town so I can still get to DC as soon as I want to be in DC. I don't fly around a lot. I'm not part of the jet set, but I do know these things happen, and I want to be ready for that if it does happen. And I could use your help with that. Now, for those of you who want to know what it is I plan on doing while I am at DC, how I'm going to be voting, Well, I'm a member of the Mises Caucus, the pro-life caucus, and the Christian caucus. So that's pretty much how I'll be voting in terms of bylaws and platform changes. And I joined the Libertarian Party in 2019. I'd already been a registered L since 2018. I hadn't known for a few months that in order to be really involved, you need to be a paid member. So I joined the LP back when podcasters still had affiliate links. So I joined by way of the Tom Woods show. And 2021, I became chair pro tem of the LP of Stanislaus County. And the rest is history. I mean, my mission, my primary mission in the Libertarian Party is to make the Libertarian Party a permanent home for remnants of the Ron Paul Revolution. And in doing so, make the Libertarian Party a true and viable alternative to Socialist Party A and Socialist Party B. My secondary objective in the Libertarian Party is to professionalize the LP and clean up its public image. As we grow, become more prominent, put more people in elected offices, and as the legacy parties continue to decline, we're going to be in the big leagues. We are in the big leagues. Amateur hour is over. No more fat dancing naked guy. No more blithering idiots with rubber boots on their heads. No more frivolous, dilatory motions like making Harry Potter characters into the new mascots for the party. Those days are over. They are far behind us, and we do not want to go back to that. And we've made some progress on that front, but we still have our work cut out for us. So if you agreed with anything of what I just said, please go to the GoFundMe, throw whatever you can afford to give my direction, and help me get to DC. And if you can't give, please, by all means, share the link. I plan on sharing the GoFundMe daily until I reach my $2,500 goal. Now, if I don't reach that goal by May 15th, I'll just see what corners I'm going to have to cut and to make it work. If there's any money left over from my trip, I plan to donate that remainder to Enrich and Employ, which is a local charity that removes employment barriers from developmentally disabled adults by giving them job experience and by giving them work experience and job training in a restaurant setting. It's a very worthy cause. All right. The link to the GoFundMe page is below. If you support what I'm doing, if you believe in it, give whatever you can afford. And if you can't afford to give, please share the link, share this video, let people know what I'm doing. All right. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Let's go to DC.